What's going on this morning, family? Black Phoenix checking in. Just wanted to talk to you about a few things that was on my mind. I made a video the other day, and I was talking about how I had learned that majority of the knowledge, majority of the information that I was given as a child, teenager, growing up, even as an adult, I realized that majority of it was a lie. Majority of it was false information or information used to manipulate me or to belittle me or to have me only thinking with limits. And I want to say this. When I decided to be independent and I decided to step on my own, that is when the chains started breaking for me. Now, when I was in prison, I learned a lot and I read a lot, and my mind was open to the way the system, was. But I still had to get out and experience the system and experience people for myself, to go to different states and experience different organizations and communities myself. And then I realized that pretty much 85% of the information that I was given was a lie. It was completely a lie. Like, it was a lot of sugarcoating, a lot of deception, and and some of it actually wasn't that. It was just they told me a lie because they wanted to deceive me. A lot of 50% of it was they told me a lie because this is what they was told and this is how they was taught, and they believed this, they stood on this, and they felt this in their heart that this is correct. And they have a saying where they say, if you believe in something so blindly for so long, that it can actually come to pass to you because you believe in it. Like, if you believe that if you crossed a certain line, you might have a heart attack. If you fully believe in that, that belief strongly enough, that situation might happen to you if you cross that line. So I had to take that into consideration with the information that I was given. And now being out here, shaking hands, knocking on doors, opening up my own businesses and networking myself independently to get the money I need to take myself to that next level, I realized a lot of things that was false. From credit, from my school and education, from college information that I was given. Majority of people now even think they need to go to college, and they get into extreme debt. And me personally, I think that debt is what's going to cause a lot of our fellow Americans to go under. I think the debt of college debt is going to tilt things down because it's so big. We charge so much for education, and then you're not even using the education that you're going to school for. You ain't even making up that amount of money in some of the fields to compensate that. And that's another reason why I wanted to come up with the Independence of Welding seminar and the Welding and Hip Hop apprentice programs, and just encouraging my others to learn trades, learn skills to make money and build businesses. And you got to spend money. So it's going to take a little money, but it's not going to take no money that's going to put you in debt like college. You can have a small budget, and as you grow your business, you get bigger and bigger, but you're not having any limitations for yourself. That's the main thing. So I learned that a lot of the information I was given was a lie. So I had to start over from scratch, and I learned that, and I knew I had to build a brand, and I wanted the brand to represent who I was, where I'm from, what I'm going through, and what I'm actually doing. And honestly, that's why I came up with Hog On. Hog On stands for honoring our generation ornamental nature, meaning we honor, or I'm honoring, everything that our generation loves to do as far as what we like to create, we like to build, we like to show our art off. And I'm an artist, a metal artist. I like to build things out of metal. I like to do my own personal music. I like to create things. So, I'm an artist, and anyone who's building things or creating things can also get their hog on with whatever they do. And it also shows that you can start from ground zero and get your hog on. So I wanted a movement that anybody can embrace, no matter what race, culture, background. If you didn't face an obstacle, if you're overcoming something, if you want to show who you are to the world, and you're getting your hog on. And I knew it was going to take some time, and I knew I was going to hit some rough and rugged roads coming from where I'm from, you know, coming from Arkansas, born in Little Rock, raised in Southeast Arkansas, in McGee, Arkansas City and Reed. I mean, I had to learn a lot coming from that era. And honestly, you know, my hog isn't just blue just because, you know, my hood was blue, which it was, but it was blue because we have the blues coming from where I'm from. You know, it was a struggle. It wasn't nothing given easy, you know. I don't even know what a silver spoon is. I don't even know what milking the clock is. You know, some people say, oh man, you just over there milking the clock. Well, where I'm from, we don't know how to do that. All we know how to do is work, grind, hard, do our thing. From the cotton fields to the railroads, you know, to the gins, you know what I mean, from working the highways, whatever the situation is. I was just taught to work hard, you know, and I got to a point where I got burnt out with my welding. And I figured I wasn't going to get no money with it. And that's why I was like, man, forget this, you know, I'm going to do something else, because I didn't know. And like I say again, 85% of the stuff that I believed that I learned was wrong. So once I learned about welding, I learned about the independence of welding, how much money I can actually make, how I can live, how I can enjoy life by putting my tools together and making my own finances. I mean, it just blew my mind. And didn't nothing come overnight, man. So don't get that twisted. You know, I like to tell people, it took me, I did 10 years in a sale, and then I worked for people for 10 years. So that's 20 years right there that I had to invest in myself. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of how you look at things, it's going to take time. It's a numbers game. But it's how you invest your time and how you utilize your time once you know better. You know, that old saying say, once you know better, you do better. You know, and that's why I give you these videos, because I want to encourage you. I want you to know that no matter what situation you're in, you can change it. It's all up to you, completely all up to you. So don't let nothing control your faith, nothing control your destiny but you. Speak what you want into existence. But realize this, please realize this. As the old pastors and preachers said in the South, faith without works is dead. Now, I'm not preaching to you, I'm showing you facts. So if you don't grind, if you don't go knock on doors, if you don't go learn and educate and pay for what you want and ask for what you want and say, hey man, could you help me with this? I can do this, you know, trade some services for some labor, whatever you need to do to get to your next level, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You got to get your hog on. You got to go against all odds. You got to do it when ain't nobody else doing it. You got to stand for what you want when nobody else want to stand with you. And there's going to be people who going to say, nah, you ain't going to make it. Nah, that ain't going to work out. Are you crazy? People ain't going to listen to that. Ain't nobody going to buy that. You're going to hear all of that. All of the people that are great that we know up to this point from different races face the same ridicule. So toughen your skin up some. You know, we living in a generation where everybody got thin skin. Toughen your skin up some. Push your feelings to the side. Get your hog on. Invest whatever you have to do in who you are to live life, to be comfortable, to have something, to just enjoy life, whatever your goal is. If you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be stable, if you just want to travel, whatever it is, get your hog on and do it. Black Phoenix.